This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Oh, isn't that hair fabulous? Broadcasting live from the new hotspot on Fort Myers Beach, Wahoo Willies. It's time for another exciting award-winning episode of Beach Talk Radio. Here are your humble hosts, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the live studio audience, and thank you to everybody for coming to Wahoo Willie's for another thrilling episode of the award-winning Dinky podcast, Beach Talk Radio. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, dear, for showing up to the show today and looking fabulous as always.
It's the least I can do.
Yeah.
But, I'm considering chopping my hair off. But
why is that? That would totally, the show would go right in the crapper.
No, because it's so hot.
Like how short would you get it? Like a baldy?
No, not bald, but like short.
Do you have a
corporate Kim? That's
do you
what
have
it used
a
to be.
problem with baldness? That you wouldn't do
Clearly,
that?
I don't. I'm with you.
What is with your necklace? What is that all about?
So, Peter, I got this last weekend when we were in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we're not going to talk too much about Wisconsin.
We're not going to talk too much about it. I don't want to upset
apparently
anybody.
It pissed some people off that we talked about it so much.
But Peter asked me to wear it down here today.
Peter Ennis?
So, yeah.
Okay, and he's going to Wisconsin this week.
Peter Pan. Who?
Okay, he's going to Appleton, Wisconsin, which is really where we should have flew into instead of Green Bay. So
you didn't fly into Green Bay.
Well,
Appleton
Milwaukee,
is close to
Green Bay. It was just 2 hours away, and we saw nothing but corn.
You did nothing.
Corn and big giant barrels to hold the corn in, like nothing but corn.
And again, I rented a regular vehicle because we had all this luggage. Because we were bringing merchandise up there. So I said, I want an intermediate size vehicle. We get there. There's 15 people in line at least to get vehicles. I finally make my way up to the counter while he's just sitting there twiddling his thumbs. And
I was guarding the merchandise.
Yeah.
You don't know how valuable it is. Somebody could have walked off with it.
And the guy goes, no, we don't have your vehicle. I'm like, nope. See, I prepaid, need a car. And he said, well, I have a bigger car for this amount of money. I'm like, no.
For an upgrade, we would have had to pay more.
So he says, I have something that your husband's going to love. So misogynistic. So your husband's going to love this car. And I said, is it here now? Is it ready to go? He's like, yeah. So I said, I don't care what it is. Just give it to me. We get out to the garage and it's a convertible Mustang. And I'm like, it fits one
We had
piece
4
of
pieces
luggage
of luggage, like gigantic bags that wouldn't even fit in the freaking vehicle.
So now all the luggage is sitting as like standing up in the back seats. Like we got 5 people in the back. We should have put little heads on the thing, and then we drove. I got to say, I know there's a lot of Mustang lovers out there.
That was horrible. There's no room to sit in. And So, but other than the Mustang, we're just going to say quickly, thank you to everybody in Wisconsin. Thank you to Dave and Julie for letting us stay in their beautiful log cabin house on Lake Loon or Loon Lake, whatever it's called.
Yep.
And the lake is so nice in the summertime when it's 75, 80 degrees and there's no humidity. But when he told me the story about,
the ice fishing.
Thank you.
Well, you don't get to it quick enough.
Okay, because your story about the car was so riveting. No, when he said that in the wintertime, the ice gets so thick that you can drive your truck out on it to ice fish, I'm thinking, no, thank you. I mean, who wants to, I guess maybe once in your life to say you were able to go out on a lake in your truck and put out one of those tents and ice fish. But they love to do it. I mean, I mean, there's 10,000.
It's a whole social thing.
I guess.
They're out there playing cards. They're out there hanging out.
I could think of better things to do than sitting in a tent when it's 20 below with 5 other dudes. I don't. That's not a. I don't know.
So
what that's what.
I just wonder how's your hand?
Well, I got a little callus from the kayaking.
This ding dong says to me, "What's wrong with my hand?" I thought he had like a bug in there.
It's a blood blister.
It's a blood blister from
So-
him kayaking because he
It's the first time
stinks at it.
that we got out in the lake because we had some time before the show. And she's like, I'm going to go kayaking. We're like, well, I'll go with you. I've never been kayaking before in my life. So, we get out in the kayak and she goes, the first thing she says is, this isn't competitive. I said, oh, okay. It's not competitive. As soon as I got out there, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm getting out in the middle of that lake trying to.
You should have seen him try to get into
then
the
I was like,
kayak from the dock too. Yeah. So, anyone who's kayak knows you have to hold so the paddle is,
oh, here we go. with the kayak.
perpendicular
We're
to
getting
the
a
water?
free kayak lesson, everybody.
but
from the
he's
expert.
holding it this way. So when he's paddling, he's like scooping water, like he's got a soup ladle out there. So he's going legit
All I know
nowhere.
is I was ahead of you.
You were not ahead of me. I smoked you across that
When we
lake.
got across the lake, I thought maybe if I go around the outside, she won't see me and I can go super slow and try and figure out how to get back.
And he's like, my back,
I know,
my back.
my
I'm
back
like,
was killing
yeah,
me.
because you weren't sitting in it. It was a
Yeah.
fail for you. Sorry.
But it was a great time. And
it's amazing.
we appreciate everything that everybody did. So it was just so much fun. The weather was perfect, and Tanner's and Bruce at Tanner's and everybody. It's so nice to finally take
Oh man, do you have
a
your
face
notebook?
that you can put with a Facebook post. You see all the people posting on Facebook, and then you meet them all, and they're all
Yeah.
coming down to spend money here at Wahoo Willie's over the next few
Thanks
months.
for all
So
the gifts.
Yeah.
That was
it was
very
her
nice.
birthday. So
And
let's
the cupcakes. Okay, yep.
enough about
I
us.
know, 'cause
and
that
enough
guy's gonna
about
pop in there.
Wisconsin. That poor Ron on our Facebook page. Let's
That's not
introduce our
true,
guests
Sue.
from Kava Culture, everybody. Jacqueline and Caroline. Oh, look at you. Have a big fan base here. Come on down. Ooh, that's
Thank you.
all right. Welcome to Wahoo Willie's.
Hello. Yeah. Hello.
All this
Snuggled
mechanical stuff.
There you go.
Why don't you guys tell us who you are?
Yeah. So I'm Jacqueline Rusher. We started Kava Culture here just off the beach, Fort Myers Beach address about 4 years ago. And we have quite a few different kava bars now across the country, and we franchise Kava Culture. So it's really taken off, and the heart of it really came out of Fort Myers Beach. So everyone was very upset when it was destroyed, and are very excited now that we've just announced that we're rebuilding.
Where's the location?
It's on that, is it Dead Man's Curve, I think they call it. So just over the bridge.
Why are you looking at me
Yeah.
like that? It's a fair question. Not everybody
I've
knows
seen
where it
a
is.
million times.
Okay, well, I wasn't asking
It's
you
right
where
on-
it was.
Oh, well, everybody
where-
knows where it is.
Did you know where it was? Honestly,
It's
Oh, okay.
where the old shark bar
Suck.
was.
Yeah.
which bar?
The old shark bar.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Before they moved.
But were you on
Yeah.
the beach before? Or no?
Just that part of the beach.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have our own little beach in the back.
So other locations are where?
So we go from Key West to Orlando. We have 14-ish in Florida now. And then we also have some in Ohio coming up and Texas.
Was this
So,
your first one? Did you
It
say?
was the third, but it was the one
Wow.
where we had our headquarters. So we had the little office there.
We turned our carport into our first headquarters,
Yeah.
which
So-
was kind of cool.
At your house.
When did you
Very
do?
Pretty
nice.
much, yeah.
When did you do the one in Fort Myers Beach? Like how long ago was it? That it started?
2019.
So wow, you guys grew fast.
Yeah, we have. We're still growing very fast now, but everyone, had such a heart for that location, and so we just finally decided. We still don't have power there, so we're hoping it's going to be hooked up on Monday. and
All
it's
right, I
gonna
got
be
a
open.
dumb
So
question.
now educate him
Yeah.
on
On
what it
kava.
is. Yeah.
What is kava? Is it coffee?
No, I'm going to let you.
So kava is a root from the South Pacific. So it's all island vibes. It is like a natural relaxant, gives you a calm, cool feeling. Some people think it's, an alternative to alcohol, but you can drink it you can still drive home.
Okay.
So it's kind of an alternative to a bar. Like I don't drink, so it's something that I can do, to socialize without, consuming alcohol, I guess.
So do you sell it in a tap or do you sell it in a bottle or how does it?
Yeah, so originally it's a root that's squeezed into, it's called mud water. Tastes kind of like mud.
Sounds
so,
delicious.
Exactly, right? So our entire purpose was to make it taste good.
I see.
And we actually started the brewery out of our Fort Myers Beach. So we do serve it on tap. And we've kind of taken it to, I guess, more of a next level as far as taste and experience goes. So it's not really mud water anymore.
So
No, so I have only had it once recently. And I really liked it. And can you mix different, like, do you have all sorts of different blends? Is that the right word? Would that be the right word?
Yeah, we have anything from like a chocolate Nutella bomb to coffee-based drinks to, fruity and, a margarita alternative kind of thing. So we tried to do everything that you would have in a bar in a different environment.
Now, what are you? The greatest band of all time, in your opinion, is who?
Right now,
Yeah.
I really like Revolution.
Revolution.
They're
Greatest
like a
band of all
reggae-
time.
Reggae band. I don't know if I would say of all time.
Well, greatest
like
band
them
of all
right now.
time. What is the greatest band of all time that you were? No cheating. No cheating.
Or you?
Jacqueline, you go.
Jacqueline.
I mean, I like country right now, so I would say that I'm loving Morgan's voice.
Morgan Wallen.
I'm on
Yeah,
the bandwagon.
yeah,
I don't know.
for sure. Every single song that comes out that he puts out is a #1 hit.
I know, that's it. I'm in that club
Yeah.
right now, I guess.
I just have one. No, I have one question. Don't even do it. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Mhm. If you were sitting at home drinking kava, relaxing, you would put
No,
what
not
on the TV?
necessarily.
I'm gonna have to say Dirty Dancing from when I was a kid.
Nice.
Good
Oh, yeah.
one. Good one.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah.
It's true.
And yours would be?
Oh. I don't watch a lot of movies.
All right,
honestly.
fair enough.
I don't know.
But,
Yeah.
but back in the
Failing
day,
at
did
this.
you
I know, I
watch
have
any
to really
movies
think.
back in the day?
Jacqueline's failing.
Yeah.
Any
So-
kind
Give her
of
a
like
boo.
movies with planes in them, or
Cut it out. Stop trying to lead her on to your stupid movies with what's his name? What's the ugly guy's name?
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Top Gun.
The ugly guy.
Sold. Top Gun's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
Of course.
The new
So
one.
can we get back to the
That is a
reason
good
you're
one.
here, please, and stop sidetracking me? So if you're at your place and you're drinking this kava and you're relaxing, I mean, are people just falling asleep on the couches and stuff, and you got to nudge them and say, "Hey, it's
No.
time to go home," or
We call it a social lubricant, so it kind of calms your nerves, but
Mhm.
makes you feel good and relaxed. I mean, similar to alcohol without.
yeah.
Do you
without the
have like
same effects.
couches and comfy chairs and
Mhm.
swings and what kind of stuff you got in there?
We
Yeah.
do have swings.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Wow.
that is one
We
of our
need to stop
things.
by at your place for sure.
Yeah,
So,
like macrame swings. Like is that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
oh, your
That's what
dad's
it is.
watching. Make sure you're
Yeah.
on your best
Hi,
behavior.
Dad.
Yeah.
Aw.
So,
And it's not addictive.
No, no, it's like a root. It's
Yeah.
just a natural plant that.
so where do you order the stuff from? Like, when you get a delivery
South
truck
Pacific.
from where?
Mhm.
So the
knows.
Solomon Islands, Fiji, some of it comes from Hawaii, but they like to keep theirs local to Hawaii, so it's hard to get. But essentially, all of the South Pacific has different varieties of
Mhm.
it.
So
And-
do you take a trip like to Fiji to check out the kava?
So right before the pandemic, I was supposed to go on an epic sailing trip to Fiji and go to all the islands and
Yeah.
find
Cool.
these amazing different kava plants.
Wow.
And that was kind of put on hold, still in the works. But it's been a little hard with the hurricane and
Gee,
COVID. and
that's
You guys-
a great idea.
You guys live in Fort Myers on the beach? Where do you live? I don't mean to get personal.
I live
but-
on my sailboat, so
No kidding.
I was here, and then I went to Key West to open our Key West bar. Now I'm in Melbourne on my sailboat. I've really wanted to come home, but we haven't been able to come home because of the hurricane. So
Where was your sailboat during the storm?
luckily on the other coast.
Okay. So
So-
everything was fine.
Yeah, it did drag, but it didn't have any damage.
So how bad was the building that you're in from the storm? It was because that place was hammered over there. Did a boat
Yeah.
land on it? I mean, there were
Yeah.
boats all up and down that road.
Yeah, we had her boat ended up almost on the neighbor's roof. Her
Cheapers.
jet ski ended up in the CVS parking lot, like 2 miles away.
Wait, the CVS?
Yeah.
Where
It
the
was
hell's
far.
the
On the
CVS?
Pine Ridge Road.
I'm
Get
fine.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It traveled far.
Yeah.
They found it, but then they went back to get it the next day and someone had stolen it.
Of course,
so,
yeah, all the
Yeah.
looters.
Yeah,
The
so-
looters should have been shot on sight, but that's a
Yeah.
different story. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
are you guys back open up or?
Yeah, so we're
No.
getting power. We just had the inspection on Friday
Yeah.
to get improved, and then power should be restored next week. So we're
You don't
super
have
excited.
power yet?
No,
No.
because we just got access to the property again. So
We had a lot of legal stuff we had to go through.
I see.
unfortunately, we got
What
Well,
about
you-
insurance stuff?
nothing yet.
No,
Of course, you're in the same boat everybody else is with the insurance.
declined.
So the
declined.
you guys are Lee County though. So has
Yeah.
the permitting process? Have you even started that yet?
I mean, the electrical was fine. That he
Yeah.
moved that through pretty quickly. He put the permit in a couple weeks ago, so
Yeah.
we just started deciding to rebuild it. For a while, we thought we were just gonna, keep it as a property, but not rebuild and put the kava bar there. But we had so much backlash because it was the original where everything started. So we
Mhm.
decided we're rebuilding, and we're hoping it'll be open in October.
That was my favorite bar and many of our customers' favorite bar. So
So
beachy
where
and-
do they go now while they're waiting for you to reopen?
Mostly to the tap room. So we started botanical brewing out of the Fort Myers Beach location, and then we bought a beer brewery and turned it into a brewery.
Wait, you're saying it
So-
like people should
Wow.
know where it is. Where is
Yeah,
the tap room?
Yeah,
Where
you're
is it?
right. It's on Miramar Street in kind of downtownish Cape Coral. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Cape Coral.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is that how you
So
guys
you
are?
have a brewery now?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
a hazy brew?
Not really. Well, so it's non-alc. So
Oh,
we
okay.
brew hemp drinks. So, and then we also brew elixirs and the kava. So
Elixirs.
yeah.
When-
So that's
so-
like the energy of
Yeah,
the kava world.
of course it is. I knew that.
Mhm.
No, I
And
didn't know
hemp
that.
drinks, how do they taste?
Hempy.
I mean, we have a master brewer who's pretty brilliant, so they're really good. They don't really taste like it has the hemp in it per se.
What's the
but-
difference between the hemp and the kava?
I
Don't
mean, the
start
hemp
with
is
me,
like a
Sue.
legal version of THC. So
Okay.
My
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
Oh, my
if
sister's
anybody's
all over
familiar
this.
with it.
Does this have anything to do with smoking weed? I mean, is it close
I mean,
to
not
smoking
smoking
weed?
it, but
we don't smoke. We don't have anything you can smoke.
Yeah. So you
Well,
can't buy weed. You
drinks.
can't come into your place and buy weed
No.
over the counter or anything. I just
No.
want to make that clear for people
No.
that are. What are you looking at me like that for?
I think
I
we'd be
just wanna make
shut
it clear.
down if that
Yeah.
was the case.
Yeah, so it's illegal. The hemp is the deltas from.
I mean, where
from
can
the
you buy
hemp
weed
plant.
over the counter? Just, I mean, do you know? Is it?
At
I
a
don't think
dispensary.
You can't?
Yeah. You
At
gotta
a
have a
dispensary.
Is there one in
Yeah.
Fort Myers? I mean, not that I
I'm
want any
sure.
weed. Yeah. So,
I mean, if you have a medical card, I think you can.
by the way, I've never smoked weed in my life, and that's
Me neither.
that's a fact. I've never, honestly, dear, have
Yeah.
you?
I'm not getting into that with you.
Oh, and that's a good non-answer right
Are the-
there because
are the
it's either a
police
yes or
around
no,
the
right?
corner?
I mean, what's that?
I think you should.
You guys should have saw what
Really
happened
be-
2 weeks ago. Just some van rolled
Yeah,
up and they were
yeah.
selling all kinds of acrobatic stuff out of that van, right, Billy? I mean, what was going on with that?
I
was-
think it was
what was
all
it?
legal, but that van
Did
was
you? He
decked
opened.
out.
He slid the
Oh
door
my
open, and
gosh.
you saw the smoke come out. It was like,
No,
whoa, what's going
no,
on?
you didn't.
I got
They
eyes
had-
sitting right here.
You did not. They did. It's not. You're making a big deal.
So it's
But
like an
it was a
ice cream
nice-
truck for weed.
No, it was like a regular van, but it was really decked out. I mean, they were
Yeah,
professionals.
they had the whole handicap
No,
thing
no,
where
no.
if you
It was
wanted to
I
get
have
a
seen that in Miami.
vaping stuff.
Miami does have ice cream trucks.
And by the
for
way,
weed,
he didn't get a
just saying.
ticket for parking in that spot, and he didn't pay for the meter
Well, he
either. I
was
just
there
want you
for
to
a
know.
couple of minutes. You're such
It
a
was
hater.
longer than that. So you should have saw the crowd that was around the van when it went out.
Maybe
I was
you
like,
could do
what
a
the hell's he
kava
selling
van.
in there?
We have
like a food
tiki-
truck,
We have
like
a
a-
tiki hut that we
But
take
you
to
could get like a
events.
van.
A
and
mobile
do like,
tiki hut?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where do you? Is it like pedal
Ah.
kind of thing, or is it in the water?
No, it's like a trailer that we tow to events
Cool.
and stuff.
Very
so
nice.
We'll do,
Do you know
um,
there's an event coming up on September 28th? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I was thinking we should maybe
Yeah,
be a part of it.
Yeah,
we
I'll
haven't
connect
looked
you with
into
the
it much.
person for that because
Yeah,
they're
that'd be
blocking
awesome.
off the road and they're
Yeah.
going to be. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I'm not looking at you.
Oh, I see.
was
So, and I forgot what I was going to ask. So, how do you guys like? How are you making your money? Like, are you making any money?
Yeah.
clearly, if they've opened 14, wow,
Yeah, I
dumb
mean-
number one
Well, I mean,
question.
How much
There
are
are
you
no
making?
dumb questions. Yes, there are.
How much are you making? Like, what's your
You
annual
don't have to
income
answer
this
that.
year?
So we
Don't
have,
answer
so we have
that.
30 locations in the works. So
Wow.
we've started franchising Cava Culture, and that's been probably the one that's grown the most. We expect another 20 signed this year, so we'll probably have 50 locations in production by the end of the year.
All over the country.
Yeah,
So, how do
Yeah.
people get in touch with you to franchise?
they go on the website, and so there's a form to fill out, and then we kind of talk more about it. And a lot of people who go to become interested go into one of the locations. So we've actually had quite a few go to Fort Myers Beach, and when they've opened now, they're like, that was the first beach location I ever went to. Key West gets a lot too. Everyone's like, I want the Key West experience in Ohio, so I want a bar here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have like those cards like that you get a stamp if you order 10, you get one free? Do you have
Yeah.
that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So we it's all online now, but it's a loyalty program. So you get points when you purchase.
Now there was a person that set up
Mhm.
the interview. Like you have people, like you have a whole organization. Who
Yeah.
set the whole thing
Oh,
up
you
with
have
Maria?
fluffers.
Yeah.
Meredith, our
Fluffers.
marketing director.
What does Meredith do?
Meredith is
She
our
like your-
fluffer.
She's the
Aw.
marketing director.
Oh wow. You have a How do we get a marketing director?
We do. We have Marie.
Okay.
She's our
All right,
everything.
Yeah.
And we're
Very nice.
missing Marie today.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
there's around 100 people that are employed with Kava Culture now.
Wow. That
Yeah.
aren't your franchise?
Yeah.
They are. Okay.
No, yeah. So
No.
there's that and the franchise.
So
There's
do you-
more
Because the
total.
franchise is
Through,
separate.
through
They're
the-
not
yeah,
employees.
yeah,
Do
through
you
our
charge a
revenue.
franchise fee?
Well,
Sorry?
duh.
Are you leaving? Did we piss you off or something? Oh, you look like you were leaving.
I was
Sorry.
just getting comfort,
All right.
comfy.
Is there a franchise
Sorry.
fee?
Yeah.
What's the franchise fee?
It's 30,000.
Wow. That's nice. No, when we tried to open a gym, like we opened a gym in Gateway and I looked into all the franchises, like World Gym wanted 150,000 and they didn't provide you anything. They didn't provide you. I'm not saying you guys don't, but it was just like, you get to put that
He's
name
not
on it
making
or
that
something.
comparison.
Yeah, right. I'm like, I'll come. So I came up with Fort Myers Fitness. Like, okay, that sounds good enough to me. I don't need to pay you 150,000.
Why
But
don't you
you guys-
franchise this
I know.
so we can do what they're doing?
Can you
Well, you
imagine?
gotta
And
come
then
in
I can go to
first,
Fiji.
Right?
Huh?
You got to come in first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
need to
gotta
come
do
to your
drinks.
place. So when are you going to be open?
I'm hoping October. We move
Cool.
pretty fast when it's corporate locations. So it's all going to depend on the city permits and what needs to happen. It sat open for so long, so it dried out. We had about 7 foot of water inside. So it took out most of all of the first floors.
So the water over there came. Are you on a canal?
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
so the water came up from the canal on that
so we
side.
got about 9 feet of water.
Wow.
Yeah.
From the canal.
But it came up the street.
Yeah, it was
too,
in
Yeah.
the street too.
Oh yeah, the whole thing was
It
gone.
came
The whole street was
up.
gone.
from here.
Okay.
Up.
That's crazy because that's miles down. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not
It's
right
like a
over the
mile and a
bridge.
half.
That's-
Yeah.
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 That's by Beach Pottery, right? You guys are
Yeah,
close
yeah,
to Beach
yeah.
Pottery. Yeah.
Yep, same corner.
I mean, the fact
Oh,
that they
now
get,
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That corner is where cars wind up in the
Yeah.
mangroves all the
Yeah.
time.
I know.
Dead
'Cause they-
man's curve,
yeah,
they call
gotcha.
it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, what else you want people to know about your business and your place and how they can become part of your team? Who's this guy over here doing the videos? over
Oh,
here?
that's Hamish.
Is he part of your like marketing group?
No.
is he a
He's just-
fluffer
he's
too?
just
He's a
my
fan club.
boyfriend.
Oh, he's just your boyfriend. Wow.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. He's my amazing boyfriend.
I see. Very nice.
Right?
Is he on the boat with
Paparazzi.
you too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
How big
he's
is the
also
boat?
a sailor.
How big is the boat?
It's a 36-foot catamaran.
Is that big?
It's pretty big.
So there's separation. Like if you get into a fight, you can go
Not
to
really.
one end.
No,
Okay.
no,
'Cause
it's
it's a
pretty. It's pretty intimate. That's
When
for
was your
sure.
last-
Well, you just throw somebody overboard. That's what I would
That's
do.
true.
No, when was your last fight with him?
Aw.
Like, what did you get mad at him about? What did he do?
I don't.
Don't
I'm trying
have
to
to
think.
answer
Yeah.
any of it.
I mean, he's really nice, so it's hard to get
Yeah.
mad at him, I think, right?
Oh,
So
it
Hamish-
sounds like what you're saying is she's a little difficult to be with, and he's very nice. I mean, that's the way
yeah,
I took
that's
that.
probably true. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
He's
Um,
now matching the color on his face matches the color of his phone case.
No, so
which
when-
is
Okay,
red.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
So we
Uh-oh.
have
Let
a
it rip.
problem of buying too many boats between us.
I had that problem too.
So at one point, I think we had 7 boats between us.
Really?
And so we've slowly gotten rid of a couple of them. And that's probably the thing that we fight over the most is like, there's too much work to do on the boats. And so, like, how do you get it all done?
Some people buy too many microphones. Some people buy too many shoes.
Yeah.
You buy too many boats. It's
and they
all
all
relative.
are like old boats that need a lot of work.
Lot of
Oh, I
love.
see.
It's like a labor of love.
So you
And-
fix them up and you resell them.
No,
No.
no, that would make sense.
Okay. Well, why are you buying boats then?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It appears
to
you
have
have
them.
It appears you need to go on Oprah or something, or you have some kind
It's
of
a boat fetish.
problem with buying.
It's Sailboats
gotten better.
Anonymous, okay? Because
There you go.
seriously,
Do you go on Craigslist and just say, I want
I
that
bought
boat?
one on eBay one time.
A boat.
Yes.
Did they
in
ship it to you?
From where?
Massachusetts.
No, they didn't ship it.
No,
Did you go up
that
there?
was a big mistake. I would not recommend it.
How do you get a boat from Massachusetts to here?
Exactly, you don't.
You
Well-
bought it and
I was gonna sail it down, and I made it to about Rhode Island,
and
it
then
broke.
what?
and then I put it up on the hard and said goodbye, and never want to see you again.
You put it up on the
You
hook
sold
on the
it
who?
there?
On the hard,
Did you sell it?
like in a shipyard.
Were you able to sell it?
Yeah, but I
For the
definitely
same
didn't
amount?
make any money on
I
it.
see.
That's
No.
for sure.
No.
Costs a lot.
You sure you still want to be with her? It seems like she's got a severe problem with buying boats.
He does too. That's the problem.
Oh, wow. How do you find somebody with the same problem that you have? I mean, that's not a.
It was actually on Sailing Singles. There's a group.
You're shitting me now.
I'm not
totally.
kidding. There is a group. We met on a
Sailing
Facebook group called
Wait, you
Sailing
two met
Singles.
on an app called Sailing
A
Singles.
Facebook group.
Is
Facebook
this
group.
is this a group where
How
people
long have you been together?
just buy
Like
boats?
2.5 years.
I see.
Ah.
Is there marriage in the future on a boat somewhere in the
Maybe.
South
Fiji?
Pacific?
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Are you guys making this all up just to try and be funny, or do you
Oh
actually?
no, this is real.
How much did you spend in boats total? Like, how many boats do you have, and what's the total amount you spent?
Oh gosh.
How about how much you lost? I mean,
I don't even know, honestly.
So
mean,
you're making
but-
money on Kava, and she's spending it on the boats.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You have good
She's-
business acumen for Kava. Maybe questionable
Boats are not a
with
good
the boats.
Yeah.
business
yeah,
investment.
yeah.
They're a labor of love.
Will you guys be having kids in the near future when you get married? Plans for kids?
Now this is just like embarrassed Caroline.
No,
show
I
here.
didn't bring up the boat thing. I had no idea you had a boat problem.
Yeah, we want to have
Yeah,
kids.
but yeah,
All
right.
right.
How'd you go?
How many kids would you like to have?
I don't know.
Put it out in the universe.
Yeah,
Two?
2. She
Yeah,
wants 2
2.
kids, brother. All right.
He knows.
You're gonna need to stop buying boats if you have kids. I'm
Only
just telling
one
you, they're
boat.
gonna need to
That's
go to
probably the
school.
problem.
One boat
Yeah.
and 2
Oh,
kids.
So, what kind of issues do you have that you'd like to share
No,
with?
she's been like
I mean,
hanging out in the background, like
Beach Talk
"And
Therapy
let it
Radio."
go." Oh, you should
I
not
like
put
that.
your eggs in that
That's a
basket.
spin-off show right there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Beach Talk Therapy. Right now, we're gonna walk her
I
off
want
the ledge.
no liability on that.
She was about to buy a 17-foot catamaran, but we walked her off the ledge. Sir, if you don't know anything about the show, you came in at the wrong time. But oh, you're on the show. He's on the show next. Thank you.
get ready.
Now I
Get
recognize the
ready.
picture. So I was waiting.
He
I was,
doesn't have his
I
glasses
thought
on.
I was looking for an Eagles shirt. So I'm just gonna save myself that way. So what
There's
else?
no saving
I mean,
that.
You're gonna have a hard time topping this, but I know we're gonna try. So any,
I mean, I'm the boring older sister. So
oh, you guys are sisters.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we
Are you
started
married?
together. I mean, I'm engaged.
I see
Whoa.
that. Nice.
Whoa.
But we've been together
Wow.
for like 11 years.
Will you be
so-
getting married on a
Well,
boat?
where is he?
Yeah, where is
He's
he?
not here.
He opened a franchise of Cavaculture, and I'm actually going up there after in Orlando because it's their 2-year anniversary. So that's where he is.
What's his name?
Greg?
Greg.
How old is Greg?
All right, Greg. 11 years, buddy. It's time. It's
no kidding.
time.
How old is Greg?
Walk this beautiful woman down an aisle and say, "I do."
I mean, he
Beach
wants
Talk
to. I just don't have
Oh,
time.
you don't have a date yet?
Oh,
just
we'll
no
help him make
time.
some time.
Oh, there's no
Seems
time.
like a lot of work to plan a wedding. I've
We
got
can
businesses to
officiate
run.
for you.
No, seriously, how old is Greg?
He'll
Why
be
does
40
that
this year.
matter?
40.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to diagnose how many years they have left for kids, dear. I'm just wondering.
Oh
if-
no, I've grown kids.
Oh, you
so,
do? Okay.
Yeah.
No more kids for you.
Grandkids maybe
I
in
see.
like 5-10 years.
You don't have any kids?
No.
I see.
She started early.
Dude.
And I decided to wait.
He's staring right at you. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. All right. Thank you
Okay.
guys for coming on. How can people become a franchisee and get
That was
involved
a
in this
hard
fun,
left turn.
in this fun family?
Cavaculture.com/franchise.
Sweet. Thank you guys for coming on, and
Yeah,
thank you
thank
for
you.
sharing your entire life with us. It was
Hey, maybe,
sometimes you never know. When
maybe
you,
some other
Hamish.
sailors will find their love on Sailing Singles.
SailingSingles.com, everybody. Everybody's gonna go there. You should have saw them checking their phones out when you said SailingSingles.com. All righty. Thank you guys for coming on. And let us know when your place opens. We'd love to come down and oh, okay, dear. They have some gifts for us. Some parting gifts. All right. Sometimes you never know. When you think you're just going to talk about Kava, turns into something else. Dorston Claims, everybody. If your house is gone and your insurance company is a bunch of putzes, which pretty much goes for almost every insurance company that ever dealt with a resident on Fort Myers Beach, you want to call Dorston Claims. Mark Dorston is helping people get money because the insurance companies are scammers. And I can say that, I think, without getting in trouble, because so many people are having issues with their insurance company. So call Mark Dorston right now on his cell phone. He's sitting somewhere in his car on Fort Myers Beach, just waiting for you to call so that he can get you more money from your insurance company. 239-849-2949. That's 239-849-2949. And if you've already called Mark Dorston and you can't get any more money, it's time to hire an attorney. See how we segue these things? Because it's real deal. It's the real deal. If the private adjuster cannot get you money, it's time for you to call an attorney, because these insurance companies are not operating in good faith. And you want to call the Landau Law Group, because they're getting money for people on Fort Myers Beach from these scammer insurance companies. They're screwing people left and right. 866-703-4878. 866-703-4878. The Landau Law Group, Matt, Eric, and Paul, they were on the show a couple of months ago. They've been helping people for over 30 years. They're going to get you the money that you need. What you need is more money to rebuild. That's what you need. They should have brought those things on the show. Yes.
Where's your
What?
cooler?
My cooler? I don't know. I don't bring a cooler with me. We're going to save Jorge's ad for last, so he has to stick around. Jorge Barrera's here, everybody. Can we get a big hand? He's brought his mom with him. We get a big hand for his mom. All right, a couple of things to tell you about before our next guest. The day before Labor Day 5K is 2 weeks away. It's going to be on Sunday. It starts and finishes at the Diamond Head Resort. All the money that we raise goes to FMB Strong. We have about 135 runners right now. We're hoping to have 200 runners. And you can go on our website and register right there. It's $30. And there's a 1 mile walk. There's a 5K. And I think you could probably set a personal best record if you're looking to, because there's only a little bit of soft sand. And then we're going to get you out in the hard sand. And it's just one straight shot and a turnaround. And we've got really awesome medals. One thing we don't skimp on is the medals. So that's 2 weeks from Sunday. And that's going to be at the Diamond Head. And then on September 28th, it's the 1 year. What do you say? It's 1 year since that son of a gun came through this town. And Bayside Park is being worked on. So we're going to have our 1 year ceremony here. Kim has been in charge of putting together this nice gift that we're giving the families of the folks that passed away in the storm. We're going to present it to them and then donate it to the town so they can put it up wherever they see fit. And that's on September the 28th. I think we should have done that. Like, why didn't we do that during the show? Like when they were here? Yeah.
Do what?
So right now we're going to bring Dean on.
Well, let
Dean,
me just
all
thank
right,
them
come on
for
down, Dean.
the drinks that they brought.
We're going to taste those. Are those going to make me high?
Oh, my Lord.
Or fall asleep or make me relax? I don't know.
Good
Dean,
God.
come on
You're-
down, brother.
You're so awkward
That's
and
right.
weird.
Let
Yes.
him have the headphones, if we
Okay.
remember. Dean, we got headphones for you. You want to put these on? Come on over. Sit next to us, Dean. Sit in that chair there. Okay, folks, for those of you that don't know, Dean,
Or remember,
right,
because he was on the show before.
right.
I was here before.
All right, put the headphones on so people can hear you. Grab the microphone. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Take your time, man. We got nothing but time. It's just a dinky podcast that nobody watches.
It's the weekend. I got nothing but time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got some time. I mean, I got to be somewhere Monday, Dean. Come on. Oh, Jeepers Creepers. This hat says Pink Floyd. Dean, the worst band ever. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right. Now use the microphone so everybody can hear you. All right,
All
brother.
right,
Keep it
there we go.
close.
Now, the reason Dean is on now, what's with the hat, man? What with the Pink Floyd?
Actually, I went to the Brit Floyd concert.
The what Floyd?
I went to the Brit Floyd concert.
What?
They imitate Pink
Oh, I
Floyd.
see.
Ah.
I see.
And they're really, really good at it. But when I was walking around in a store, I saw a bunch of these hats, and they were celebrating the 50th anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon, and they had a bunch of hats. So I bought them and passed them out to everyone in my group.
There's
Nice.
no worse band on the planet than
Oh,
Pink
stop.
Floyd.
That's in your
no
opinion.
way.
Dean, the songs are 30 minutes long, and all you can do is fall asleep to them.
Not me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You're so
you're not.
weird.
It's not like you're going to the gym and doing this to Pink Floyd, right? I mean, what is it about Pink Floyd that you think is? Anything
well,
other
their
than
music is different than everyone else's.
Yeah.
Is what it is. It's all different,
Yeah.
and
It
and
sure
they are
is.
creative with their music. They're
They
very
sure
creative.
are. Yeah.
Periodical
disagree
and,
with
and
that.
everything. Light show.
Yeah.
And Britt Floyd imitated them well with their light show and
Yeah.
everything. It was a good concert.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Yep.
No one's criticizing your musical taste or lack thereof.
All right. So, Dean, tell everybody the story before we get to what happened last week. Just remind people of what happened to you. You decided to stay on the beach
Yep.
during this minor Cat 5 hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was your house?
I was right on Estero Boulevard, about 3 blocks north of Publix supermarket. And while I was staying there with a friend of mine, Tina, we're just watching the flood coming.
Girlfriend?
A friend, yeah, friend from up in Jersey.
Oh.
Girlfriend up in Jersey,
She's-
but she's down here now. We're friends.
So is she still your girlfriend or?
She stayed too, yeah.
Okay.
So she came up to my place because we rode out a couple hurricanes already at my place since the
Right.
since the 70s. The place was there.
Yeah.
We thought it'd be okay.
Yeah. So
it wasn't. So when the flood finally took it away, it happened when the roof across the house blew across. The roof blew through my place and started to knock it apart. We thought we were going to make it. When that house roof came across the boulevard and started to cut our place apart, then the water just started to come into the
so the roof
duplex.
across the street on the beach side came
Right, and I'm on a
across
piling house
in the water,
Right.
floated across and
Well,
started.
it blew across.
Oh, it
first.
blew across.
Yeah, it hit the water. Once it blew across and hit my place, then it went in the water, and the tide just kept on ramming it into
Oh,
my
geez.
place.
And so, what did you do?
I had to run to the back of the house and jump out the window, and but luckily I had life preservers in the house.
Who has life preservers in their house? I mean,
No
right?
one does, but I
know.
was preparing for the worst, and it came. So
Yeah, good for you.
that's what you can say.
So you jumped. How high was the water at that? Like, how far did you have to jump down from your house into the
It
water?
was right at the level of the window, so we had to
Wow.
wait for all the surge to go down to jump in, or else we would have jumped.
How
into
far
a
up?
surge.
How far up were you?
My place was about 12 feet above mean high tide with the
Okay.
piling and the level
Okay.
of the land.
Gotcha. And your house. So you get out.
Yeah. And as the current's taking me away, I just turned around and looked at my house and just saw everything just crumbling apart little by
Ugh.
little as the more surges came on in and started to knock it on down. and
Okay, but
everything.
before that, like you're out in the water. I mean, what are you seeing around you? Like, what's going on around you?
That's all you saw was water and
Yeah.
wind, and that's all you could see. We tried to swim to a house on the other side of us, but the tide was taking us the wrong way. It was just too strong.
Was the tide taking you out toward the Gulf?
No, it was taking us to the back bay.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
uh-huh.
So, how far could you see?
We could see pretty far and everything, but as far as we could see, it was just nothing but water and tops of trees and roofs.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all you
and
could
debris.
really-
And I'm
So-
surprised you didn't get hammered with the debris was everywhere.
Oh yeah, I did. Right between the eyes. When I finally found a roof, I got hit with a piece of wood right between the eyes. I said, "There goes a couple black eyes."
Wow.
And how long were you in the water?
I was in the water for about, I'd say about half an hour, hanging on palm trees and everything.
And
But-
then what happened?
Well, we figured this isn't going to work because we knew it wasn't going to stop for a while, and it's right at mean high tide, and we knew the
Mhm.
storm was moving slow, so we had to find something else to cling on to. So we saw a roof sticking out of the flood, and the tide was going that way, or the current was going that way, so we took a chance. Let go of the tree, and it took us right to the roof. And as soon as we grabbed onto that house, we didn't let go.
So when you
and
did you
worked
guys
our way up to the roof?
were you guys? Why are you giving me dirty looks?
Because you're trying to rush through. You're not.
I'm not
letting
trying to
him
rush
talk.
through. Do I sound like I'm trying to rush through? Be honest.
Yes,
Do I?
you do.
So, Dean, I'm going to try not to rush through this, but were you guys able to hang on to the same tree together? Or, I mean,
Yeah, there was only one tree right there.
but how do you stay together in something like that? Did
Well,
you-
I didn't let her go.
yeah.
I held,
Yeah.
I
They
put
were like
mainly anchor to her, and I
Oh
just held
my
on
God.
to her.
And that will never happen again, unless there's another storm.
The
and
entire
I will hang-
audience is in shock right now that she actually touched me. I know. Look, there was
I
like,
gotta tell you, she was a trooper, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said to her after the storm, if there's anyone else if this happens again, anyone else I'd rather be with is you. And she looked at me and she says, I don't.
Oh gosh. Oh wow. So do you kind of say things thinking that
well, while we're in the water and hanging on trees, all
Yeah.
we could think about is what we go do next to survive.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of panicking, getting scared. When you're in the water, you're already there. I mean, what are you gonna do? So we just
but well, I guess my question now is, do you go back and say, I said I only want to go through these things with you, and maybe not anymore.
yeah, no, I don't want to go through that again.
I see.
No.
I see.
No one wants to go
Yeah.
through that. But
So you're hanging on to the palm tree, and then you see the roof.
right, and the current was going that way, so we took a chance and it worked. So we grabbed onto that and went up to the first roof, and that started a wave because it was a patio deck roof. So we went up to the house roof.
Whose house was it?
It was the same house
I
as
see.
the patio deck.
Mhm.
It's just that we went up that because it was more solid. While we were up there for about an hour or so, there was about 20 foot of the roof that was flat that we're sitting on underneath the eave, and half of it broke in half and just came on up like this and landed. About 10 foot of it landed right in front of us like a couple.
Would have
feet.
killed you.
It would have killed us if we weren't
Wow.
at that eave. It would have landed on top of us.
Holy
And
smokes.
we knew we had to find something else after that. Also,
Yeah.
so
Were
when
you
it-
able to break into the house at some point? Not break in.
We
but
tried to.
into the
Yeah, it's
house.
already broken.
Whose house? Your own
We
house?
tried getting in, but the tide was so high it was flooded in the house. So we stayed
Mm.
up on top under the eave. But when the tide did go down, we did crawl down the slide down the roof and got into the house. And we were sitting on a hot tub that was jacked on.
Whose
up on
house?
the
Your
floor.
own house or somebody
No,
else?
The
no,
other
someone
house.
else's house.
Was anybody else there?
Oh no, they weren't
Okay.
there.
Do you know whose house it was and talk to them afterward? or-
Yeah, I knew the guy.
Okay, you
yeah.
know the neighbor.
Yeah, I've
neighbor.
known him for
Gotcha.
a few years. Yeah,
So, okay, so your house was totally wiped out by the storm.
totally. Not
Nothing
even
there.
Not even the piece of wood or anything. Everything washed to the neighbor's backyard.
Now, when you were on the show last time, you were talking, you were still embroiled in all the insurance stuff. Is that
Oh
still
yeah, and I
any-
still am. Now, right now, I had to get an adjuster. And
I got a
an
lawyer
adjust-
for you. You need a lawyer? I mean, we have a lawyer for you.
I got one for the homeowners insurance. I just picked one up. I ain't gonna say their name. I don't know if I'm allowed to.
To say the lawyer's name?
Farrer and Farrer.
Yeah, oh, good.
Well,
I
there
mean,
you
yeah, we don't care if you say it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
we
okay.
want you to get your money.
Yeah.
And if you need to get a lawyer,
But in any case, they're
That's
working with me on it, but I have to get a lot more paperwork for them because I just hired them. Like, I guess it's about a little over a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and they're working on a lot of cases too.
Sure.
So they're behind.
Yeah.
But the flood company, the adjuster, finally did make a settlement with them,
yeah.
and
How much?
They're going to give me the full amount.
Oh,
They
okay.
gave me the full.
Why didn't they just give you the full amount back in the day, the
Because
first
they ain't
day?
have an adjuster.
Of course not.
That's
It's
why.
such BS. The
Yeah,
whole thing is
that's
such
what you got.
BS. It's
You
just
know, and
irritating.
I'm still. It's like a year later, and I'm still going through it.
Yeah.
When I first saw the damage, I said, this is going to take about 5 years to rebuild
For
this
sure.
place. But now I look at it, and it's taken me a year just to go through what I'm going
Yeah.
through. I see
Right.
it's going to take even longer.
I
It seems
agree.
like
I
the
agree.
way everything's being, and with the the way the permitting in this and everything on everything. I mean, they're just the toughest and the most expensive permitting to get in any jurisdiction. And that's when I just got nailed with a violation.
Wait. We're going to talk about that.
Oh,
Don't-
he
don't-
was what?
Don't let the cat out of the bag.
Okay,
Oh.
all right, I won't.
You own that property.
Oh yeah,
You own that. How long have you owned that property?
I owned it since 2011, but I lived there since '93. I was renting it.
Oh, so you wound up buying the property you rented from. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
On Fort Myers Beach.
Right.
That'll
Uh-huh.
never happen again. I
No.
mean, can you imagine somebody renting property? Oh,
I-
can I buy that from you? Yeah, for 17
I got
million.
lucky when I bought it. Was during the big crunch in '11.
How much did you pay for it?
I paid $240 for it.
240,000.
It was six.
Wait.
it was-
Wait. Don't fast roll that. You paid $240,000 for property on Estero Boulevard,
A
Wow.
duplex.
a duplex. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's laughing all the way to the bank. Right
I was.
yeah. How much you think that is worth right now? You could sell it with nothing on it.
Well, with nothing on it, I did put the property up for sale also. I said, if it sells and they give me what I want, I'll
Yeah. What do you
take
want?
it.
Yeah.
Right.
15 million,
No, no,
20 million.
no,
100 million.
let's get serious. 10 million. So no.
No, what is it? What do you have it listed for?
1 point.
I asked 1.2.
That'd be
or
nice.
1.275.
How much would it cost
And
you?
I'm getting bites now, and I got offers up to 900 and something.
No,
Play
screw
good.
that.
And that's why I
Close.
said I don't have
Yeah.
to sell it
Right.
right now.
Jorge,
Because I'm trying to get the insurance to rebuild. If I can get the insurance to rebuild, I'll do that.
talk to
Right.
Jorge. He'll get you $2 million.
Well,
Okay.
He
I
will.
think he can switch.
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know.
So I got part of the insurance through flood, but now I'm working on wind with the lawyers
Yeah.
and everything. So I don't know how long that's going to take.
Yes, David, this is Dean Rubin. Yes, I'm sorry, everybody. This is Dean Rubin. We're going to tell you exactly what happened last week in a minute. So when you're out there and you're holding on to the palm tree
Oh, we're back to that.
and you're here, this is epic.
I know, but you got to
I
go
love
in
telling
order.
this story.
I know.
And
if
you're
he would
holding
just
on-
go
People
in
wanna hear
order.
it.
And
I
you're-
agree.
And
I
you're holding
agree.
on to the roof and you almost get slapped with that other thing.
Roof
And
and everything.
you watch your house crumple to the ground.
Oh,
What's
it's just-
that feeling? I mean, that's a
didn't
dumb
see
question.
It
I
crumble to
know.
the ground. I saw it crumble and then to the water, and the water was just washing it away.
Sick.
There was, when the tide finally receded the following morning, we went out there. We saw ground finally, but the whole time at night and everything, no ground. I mean, at like about 6, 7 o'clock, we knew there was going to be no rescue because they said no rescue.
Right. They
Right.
can't go
Anyone
out there. Too
stayed until
dangerous.
the next day.
Yeah.
Were you able to find any of your stuff?
Yeah, I found this is like weeks later. I found some. Well, I'm a Philadelphia fan, so I found some Eagle shirts
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
stuff like that, my sports shirts and stuff like that. And
But you
I had
lost
this
everything
old
else.
antique ashtray that my grandfather had when he passed away, an
Crazy.
Indian ashtray, and I lost that. But we found that for Christmas. My in-laws put it together, fixed it up, and cleaned it up, and gave
Nice.
it to me for a gift.
Wow.
It was touching.
Did you cry?
So there is good people in this
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
when you go back to your house, is it just nothing left but the foundation or the pilings?
No
sticking
foundation,
up?
no pilings, no nothing,
Nothing.
just sand.
Okay.
That was it. There was no
Wow.
foundation. Yeah, just sand.
all right.
And
So
man, I saw one of my renters. I was renting the other half out. I saw him standing there at the property, just holding his arms out. He came to get stuff out of the house. He's like, "Where's the house?"
Yeah.
So he was devastated. And
So, your daughter reached out to us and she
Right.
let us know that his house was washed away and the town gave you a violation for demolition without a permit.
and I'm not alone.
Right.
I talked to a lot of other people, and they're going through the same thing, getting a demolition violation when their house was washed away.
Right. So,
Figure that one.
his house was completely gone. He didn't demo the house. He got a violation for not having a permit. And really, technically, the town's explanation is that even though you lost your house, you need a permit to cap off the water, the sewer, whatever the
I
hell,
had
the
to cap
gas.
all that stuff off.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
mean, the demolition permit cost $475. I don't know how much the taxes will be on that or fees, but But you can get a permit to rewire your whole house for $200.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yet for the cap off your sewer line and the water line, $475. They couldn't come up with a special amendment that helped these people that are down and out and kick them in the stomach again. I mean, it's just
Well-
it just hurt me. So I went down there and I just flew off the wheel for a while at them. But I did go back a week later and apologize
Sure.
because I had so
Sure.
much on my table that
Yeah.
there just ticked
Well,
me off.
I mean, how do you like? First of all, you're holding on for dear life on a palm tree, and then whatever. How are you not mental? I mean, I would be mental. Like you're. How do
Well-
you deal with all that stress?
Well,
I
like I
know.
said, all's on your mind at the time, at least my mind and her mind was, what are we going to do next to survive?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, what's next? So the palm tree was first, and after a while, it ain't working. The roof is next, and that wasn't working. The higher roof was better. That started to work. So you just think as you go, what do you go do next? What do you go do next? As long as you just keep your mind moving like that, then it kind of helps you keep off the panic that
Yeah.
that
And you're not a
wouldn't help you.
I mean, you're not a spring chicken. You're 69.
No, I'm
so
not
you're trying to
68.
deal with this. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
your
don't
daughter.
make
Sorry, your daughter told me 69. I blame her. So, but I mean, seriously, I mean, it's not like you're in your 30s and 40s and can go
Yeah.
through all this and rebuild and the whole thing. You're dealing with other stuff in later part of
Oh
life.
yeah, I never had high blood pressure till all this happened.
Yeah.
Now I go to the doctor for high blood pressure, all the
Yeah.
bull crap I'm running through and everything.
So, the town says my thing with the town is, isn't there a way that you can like educate people, like before you give them a violation or something? Can you tell them they need to cap the stuff off before?
I'm not alone. A lot of people are
Yeah.
getting this violation now. They
So-
hired more people for code enforcement, and they just go around seeing empty property and give you this violation because some people did have some house left and demoed without a
Sure.
permit.
Right.
But the ones like me and everyone else that lost everything, they don't feel for that. They
Right.
just want to get, to me, it's all revenues.
There was
I'm sorry, it's revenues. And I look at it and I say, well, maybe it's time to dissolve this Fort Myers Beach town
Well,
and
you're-
go back to the county, because I loved it when the county they took care of us well, I thought.
Yeah.
So
a whole different story for a different show, but
Yeah.
there's a
I'm
person.
just giving my
I
thoughts.
know she's going to get irritated with me, but there was
Oh,
a
here
couple
we
that
go.
walked by this morning before the show and said that the town has given them a violation for a dirty pool. And I thought, for a dirty pool, like how many dirty pools are there right now on Fort Myers Beach? I
Well,
know
you
there's probably two
all
sides to the story.
information,
I
and there's two
understand
sides.
at this point,
Like
if
they
you don't
said,
have a-
maybe their neighbors were complaining. Maybe there's a smell.
Yeah,
Maybe-
but
I don't know.
Don't give a violation. Give him something else,
Mhm.
like a notice. Hey, you have to clean this out or else. But to give you a violation,
right off the bat.
I
and
did
maybe
ask.
they did. I don't
did
know.
ask the town, is this violation going to be against my record now? And they said, no, it's going to be wiped out. And now we're sending out certified letters
whatever.
on what you got to do to get this now, because it wasn't certified before. So people who ignored it won't be able to ignore it.
Anyway,
But I told them
Right,
I'm
'cause you
working
could
on
say you
getting the
didn't really
permits
get
on
it.
it. And I said, because you got to go through the county and the town to get permits for it.
for what?
The county is sewer, the water
Oh, I
is
see.
town.
I see. To get it capped off, you mean?
Right.
Okay, so anyway, so just to finish our story, they said they got a violation for a dirty pool. I understand if you don't have a fence around the pool right now because it's unsafe or something like that, there's been plenty of time. But if you went from Bowditch Beach to the bridge on the other end and saw all the dirty pools, there's probably plenty of them. You can't find enough pool companies right now on Fort Myers Beach to fix
Well,
all
I
the
don't
pools.
think that's what people
Revenues.
are concerned about either.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, people
revenues.
aren't
Anyway.
concerned about a dirty pool right now. If they
So,
have no
Dean,
house.
your daughter shared the story with us a couple
Yes.
weeks ago about,
And
or
she's
last
been
week.
a doll because
Yeah.
she let me stay at her place for as long.
Where are you staying right now?
Well, right now, believe it or not, when I was talking to you, FEMA still didn't have me a place. They denied me trailers on my lot.
Really?
FEMA
I'm
finally
shocked.
got me a place.
FEMA denied you a trailer.
yeah, but now they
You're the
got
only
him
one.
Now you have one.
No, FEMA finally
course not.
stuck me in the Grand Edison. I don't know, the condo or whatever it is, right on the Caloosahatchee, which is about 2 miles down from where I was staying at my dollars. They finally came through on me on this, but yeah, like I said, it took 8 months before I finally got that. Well, I was just sleeping on the floor in my daughter's little pantry on an air
Yeah.
mattress.
The best thing was when
Hmm.
Chauncey Goss, who is Mr. Even Keel,
Mhm.
even you could, if you piss off Chauncey Goss, you know that you've really done something bad. I mean, that guy went through the whole experience with FEMA
Wow.
not
Very
getting a trailer.
Yeah.
And
Very
he told a
measured.
story about his next door neighbor living in his garage because FEMA couldn't come up with a trailer on Sanibel. And so
Wow.
it was, I mean, I feel bad for the people in Hawaii that are going to have to deal with these
Oh
FEMA
yeah,
people
I looked
now.
at that, and I never really felt that bad. I always felt bad for people in catastrophes, but after going through it, I feel
Yeah.
more bad when that happened to Hawaii.
Mhm.
That you know that got you more because
Yeah.
you know what they're going through.
And the now they're going through the first phase where they see all the FEMA people coming to show up. What they don't know is they're not going to do anything for you. They're there right now to make it seem like they're going to do something, but they're a total colossal failure of government. And
Oh.
ever since Katrina, I mean, and I was a George Bush fan, but I'll never forget when he said, "Brownie, you're doing a great job for FEMA." And it was just nothing ever improved since then, especially the hearing that people, I don't want to belabor it. I want to get on to the check. But when people were getting measured for trailers, and then the next guy would come out and say, "Yeah, we're going to deliver the trailer," and then the third guy would come out and say, "No, you can't have a trailer because
Yeah,
you're in a
but-
flood zone."
Right here,
Yeah.
twice they
Yeah.
said you approved, and
Right.
twice they denied me.
And
I'm sorry.
and the last point I'll make is Chauncey said FEMA needs to have brains on the ground, not
They said-
boots on
they
the
said it's
ground,
'cause
which
I
was
in a-
perfect.
I was in a flood zone. I said, "Oh, Fort Myers
That's
Beach
right.
is a flood
All of-
zone." Okay, so they went back and they called me back. As okay, you're in a wind zone.
Yeah, of course.
Ah,
So, well, your daughter contacted us and gave us a story about the permit. The demo permit is $585. It wasn't $473.
$475 plus whatever fees they have.
Right,
I don't know. That comes up after you pay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's $585. And so what we did last week was I just got on Facebook and I asked people I gave them a limit because I know there's always going to be one person that wants to donate the whole amount. I said you can only donate $20 or $25, and we did it in 24 minutes. And we raised enough money to pay your permit, and we tacked on extra $700 check for you. So.
Oh, you're so
Yeah,
welcome.
we love you, man. We love you. We love doing that
You
for
can
you and
hug
for
me.
people.
Don't put
There
him
are
in.
good people after this storm.
Yeah.
Believe me. The
Yeah.
town isn't
So-
the only boogeyman with FEMA.
So what I understand from Albert, and I don't know if Albert's watching, is you can go down now and pay for it, and they're supposed to take care of it, even though the time is expired where you shouldn't be getting more.
30 days they gave you.
Well, that's
But
passed.
since my address has changed, I said it took about 30 days for it to get to me. I said, why don't I give you my P.O. box? No, we got to deliver it to your house property.
Okay.
They
Which
won't
isn't
even
there.
take the P.O. box. So I get the letter late anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So hopefully we can make sure that you don't get any tacked on fines for being late. But I'm sure the town will take care of it once you take care of the whole
I
thing.
spoke with one of the head code enforcement guys, and
Okay.
he says, just come talk to me. We'll
Okay.
work with you.
Good.
We'll get this out.
Yeah.
I just want to let everyone know who's getting these. Go down, talk to them. They will help you on out and everything. But you still got to pay the fiddler.
Yeah,
All
you
I
do
can
have to
say.
pay for the demo fee,
Yeah.
which I mean, that's a whole different story about that. If your house was washed away, I know you need to cap off whatever you need to cap off, but $585 on people that are still trying to get every single penny
That
from
are
insurance
down and
company
out still.
is highway robbery. I mean, it's just not fair.
Yeah,
it's
they
not
just-
right.
It's like they don't give a rat's butt about it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they send you a nice letter at first, right in the same envelope, saying, we're sorry for what happened to you, but
Yeah, here's a bill for $585 plus $250 a day when you're late. No, I just made that up. I don't know if that's
well,
true.
I don't know. Why don't you just come up with a special amendment or something on a permit? You know, cap this off, we'll be happy or whatever. And yeah, I mean, some people did do demo without a permit who had to. I mean, why are we paying for them? You know,
Right. There was-
what about everyone that lost everything?
I think either Dan, the mayor, or the town manager said there were 61 or 81 letters like yours that went out, a demo without a permit, in different kind of aspects. Like if your house is totally gone,
Yeah, it was.
first of all, who knows
Yeah.
that when your house is demolished by a hurricane that you need to cap things off?
Well, I
Who
heard,
knows that?
I heard that they had satellite images taking pictures of it after
Uh-huh.
the storm. So they do have that. But will they look at it? I think it's too much work for them.
And there's a question of whether or not those drone images are legal, by the way.
Yeah, it is, huh?
There is a question about whether the government can actually take drone pictures of your private property and whether that's legal.
Well, they can
but that's
peek
a
in
whole
my
different-
bedroom anytime they want to now. It ain't there anymore.
Are you and the girl still together, Gina?
No, she has a place at the same place, the Grand Edison.
Oh, okay.
Or the Edison Grand.
Just
And I've met a lot of other beach people there also
Yeah.
that are at
Cool.
the Edison
Is it
Grand
a
that
nice
they finally
place?
got there. Yeah, it is a nice place. It's
so
a
if
real
you're,
nice place.
if you're
so.
looking for somebody, it's Single Sailing is the name of the app. You'll find you might find somebody with an extra boat
There you
on that
go.
app.
That was a thought batting around also. I mean, the
Okay.
options are still
All
open.
right. Well, you're a good-looking guy and you're young.
He's going to
still at
keep
heart,
his
right?
options open.
Thanks, Dean. Thank you
you
so
so
much.
Thank you
much.
guys for
You're
everything
welcome.
you guys
Great
done for
story.
me.
Thank you.
I
Thank
got
you,
all
man.
choked up when I
Yeah.
heard that you
I-
guys did it.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
We love it, man. Dean Rubin, everybody. Thank you for coming on,
Thank you,
Dean,
thank
so
you.
much. Before we finish up, I need to tell you about Jorge. I know he's sticking around. What we do now with Jorge, dear, is wait, sorry.
And we want to say a special hola to his mom who's visiting here.
Hola. She doesn't speak English, and I only know hola, right?
And El Baño.
Gracias and de nada. I mean, I took
Mhm.
Spanish, back in high school.
I took French.
I
That's
know,
come in super handy.
yeah. I know El Baño. I have to go to the El Baño,
No. Donde es el
right?
baño?
What does that mean?
Cerveza.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Jorge, with Premier Plus Realty, if you are not sure how much your property is worth or when it is the right time to buy or sell, give Jorge a call. He'll listen to your specific situation and guide you through the process. He'll take care of you personally. He's a hugger, man. I'm telling you, if you ever saw him down at 820 Buttonwood, he tried to hug me once, but I had to give him a nudge because I'm not a hugger. But he's very personable. His main focus is building relationships, one client at a time. Call Jorge Barrera at 239-791-9893. He's here now for your listing needs. If you want to sell your property for $2 million rather than $900,000, then he's your guy. And I know he doesn't want me to share this, but I'm going to share it anyway. He does give a certain percentage of his proceeds to charity, and that's pretty cool that he does that. So Jorge Barrera, everybody, are you going to stand over there, or we're going to finish the show? Let's finish the show. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for showing up to Wahoo Willie's, and thank you to Erin. Everybody, Erin is working hard, and it's nice to see Tammy back from her long vacation. And
it's doubtful that we're going to go to a game in Green Bay. That's all I'm going to say, because it's too cold.
Man, I cannot wait for
It's too
football
cold.
season to start. The Jets and the
Me
Buffalo
too.
Bills.
I cannot wait to have you occupied on a Sunday.
I bought the
God.
package from YouTube, so I'm going to be totally glued to the TV. And the Giants look great, so you
Chairs
never
are
know.
going to go in the pool. That's what happens when his team doesn't win. Then he flings the chairs into the pool.
I'm very dedicated to my teams.
You're a big baby. You're a sore loser.
The Mets and the Yankees are both in last place this year. They
And the
suck
Jets and
so
the
bad.
Giants
The
are
Mets
coming right in
spent
behind them.
$360 million, the biggest payroll in the history of baseball, and they're in last place. It couldn't get any worse. So let's talk about some good news. Our events that are coming up. 2 weeks from Sunday, our day before Labor Day 5K to benefit FMB Strong. It's a straight shot south on the beach from Diamond Head, and the registration is inside, so everything is going to be cool. The awards are going to be inside. We have a band playing. We have mimosas, and what's that other drink on Sundays that people drink?
Bloody Marys?
Bloody Marys and mimosas. They're not free. But that'll be Sunday, the day before Labor Day, and then September 28th. Of course, I saw you and Lacey doing some.
Yeah, we're trying
Chatting.
trying to pull it together. I hope timing is going to be tight, but we're
We
gonna
have
do
a
the best
super
we
nice
can.
gift we're giving to the families.
We have a super nice something that we're trying to make
Dear,
available.
you cannot fail
Dear,
on this.
It's not me. It takes time.
So I said, let's just do a plaque with the 21 names on it. There were 21 lives that were lost on Fort Myers Beach on that day. And got a pit. And we're going to put their names on something nice. And I said, let's just do a plaque. And of course, you say, well, that looks, it looks
It
silly.
just was too austere. I
yeah.
didn't say silly. It's just not beachy. It's
Right.
just too austere. So we're going to do something that is less
More beachy.
austere
Yeah.
and more beachy.
And we might need a little
And
help with the
it won't
fundraising on
please
that.
everybody.
Nothing
I
does.
get it.
But it'll look
I'm-
nicer than a plaque. It'll look cooler than a plaque. So
It's going to be where to put it since there's no buildings left.
no, we're
so.
going to donate it to the town after we dedicate it to the family members of the 21 folks. And that day, if you're going to come down to the beach, you might want to come early. Our ceremony is at 9:00 at Bayside Park. The CFO, Jimmy Petronas, Sheriff Marcino, Dan Allers, Ray Sandelli, are all going to say a few
The
words.
CFO of the state, right?
Right, Jimmy
Yeah,
Petronas.
yeah.
And
Well,
we're
you just were
hoping
like the CFO.
we're hoping for one more big guest, if you know who I mean, which would be really cool. And then we're going to do a show here from 10 to 1 with the survivors, just like Dean, of the storm, because it really is all about those folks, the family members and the survivors of the storm. So that's going to be on September 28th. And then October 7th, Matchbox 20 at Hammond Stadium. And that's going to be with not many Matchbox 20 fans here. That's fine. For the Hurricane Heroes concert, which includes Sheena Brooke and Don Felder. Who did Don Felder sing with? Was it the Eagles? Yeah. Another
Every
totally
week we
boring
do
band.
this.
I mean, Hotel California, 27-minute song. I mean, too long. Shorten it up a little bit. Got a short attention span. And Jay Allen is also just been added to the agenda there. So thank you all for watching. Mondays with the Mayor, 6:00 Monday night. September 28th, the show will be live from Bay Oaks because they're opening up the Little League field on August 28th. So we're doing the show there. Thank you
What?
all for tuning in. I'll let you know what's going on later, dear.
I don't know. I think that was wrong. what
No,
you
it's
just
totally
said.
right. August 28th. Thank you all. Thanks for coming and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.